Hey, what's up everyone? Dark Synth here, and I'm just gonna bring you a match analysis video that I had earlier today on Combat League in Mortal Kombat 11, as you can see on screen, obviously. Um, and I'm the one playing Scorpion, the low tier character that everyone says he is, but I'm about to show you why he's not low tier. He's not super good, but he's not bad. He's just a super fundamental character that actually takes fundamentals to be good with. Like, you need good spacing with him. uh, just Scorpion players are known for just teleporting, jumping back full screen. That's not how you play Scorpion. But I ended up playing this Jax that was really solid, and I just ended up catching on to what he was doing and made him pay for it, and I'll just be pointing those things out. So without further ado, let's just start with the clip. So starting out, he just jumps, which like is a bad idea in any fighting game to do because the best thing to do when starting out is to just either walk back or block. If you're trying to push a button at the start of each round, you're just risking getting hit and then comboed, so it's not worth it. So yeah, so he jumps, and that's a mistake for him. So here I just end in 1-1-2 because, breakaway. I didn't want to risk throwing spear out. He delay wake ups. He ends up whiffing his down 4, and then I hit him with a back 3. So I get the knockdown, but a knockdown in Mortal Kombat 11 doesn't mean a thing. So I pressure him with a 1-1. And then he hits me with the down 4 and back forward 2. So I don't block that because right now I'm just kind of feeling out what he's doing. And then he gets me with the back forward 2 amp because he kind of conditioned me the first time to block. So here, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's teabagging. But yeah, I just try to pressure him with some mids, hoping he's gonna... Yeah, I walk up, but I just barely whiff, and then he hits me with 1-1-2, so that's my fault on whiffing. So whiffing is something you want to try to not do a whole lot, if at all, because a really good player will make you punish heavily for it. So I end up blocking his forward 3 follow-up. And then here you're going to notice a pattern of his. Right off the bat, this is something he's going to keep doing, and I'll show you how to beat it, and that's flawless blocking on minus frames. I think Jax's forward 3-3 1+2 is like -6 or -7. So he likes to flawless block off that string a lot. Here he keeps just staggering forward 3-3, and I'm just being patient. If he throws me, it's not too much of a big deal because it's just 13%, and Jax doesn't have crushing blows off a throw, so I can try to tech his throws as much as I want. So right here, I use a block string to put him in block stun, and then use Hellport cancel to switch sides and just get out of the corner. So I start backing up to get some screen space, and if you couldn't tell from the beginning of the match, with the 2 back forward 2s, especially the second one he did, that's his favorite range to do it at. So after this little sequence here, we backdash. He likes to do back forward 2 at that range, and I predicted it, so I neutral jumped with a kick, and I meant to get spear. You can see my inputs. I got back for some reason. I meant to do back forward, but yeah, I was trying to combo into spear, which would have worked, but misinput. So yeah, I went with my 1-1 because I thought... I don't know why I did 1-1. I was trying to do... Yeah, I don't know. That was just a mistake on my part, but... Then he jumps again, and I anti-air him. That's one thing you got to get down to, is anti-airs. Anti-air with your jabs, or down twos. If you do it soon enough. Sometimes if you don't down 2 in time, you're just going to get stuffed. So MK1, please, Paulo, buff buff uppercuts. Thanks. So I go for a little combo. I end with a stand 4 just to keep him restood. So I don't knock him down and have to deal with his wake-ups. Because if you look at his meter, he does have full defensive meter. I try to go for a hop mix-up, but he blocks it. And a good thing he messed up and just did 1-2. But then he puts me in the corner, and right here you noticed he does forward 2 1+2, and that's pretty much the same string as forward 3-3 1+2. It's the same ender, just a different starter. I'm pretty sure it's the same frame data on block too, and I knew he was gonna try to flawless block. And if you pay attention to his buttons, he does down plus block. And then so what I do is I delay my throw, and you can see he even went for a down 1 here, but I got to throw him in time, thankfully. So that's something to get down, is if you notice someone is flawless blocking, you want to delay whatever your button to retaliate is going to be. Or you can just retaliate with a slow button. Maybe back 3 for Scorpion, or maybe even forward 4. Just, you gotta delay your timing if you notice someone is gonna flawless block after minus frames. So I switch corners. I go to do a neutral jump pressure sequence, but he catches that, anti-airs me. So here I was just testing to see if he was going to flawless block my forward 4 or forward 3-4. He doesn't, so I keep this in mind later on. He puts me in the corner, and then I call out his slow meaty. I don't have meter too, if you can see in the bottom right. Sometimes you gotta mix up your pressure. Like if you do up 3s or rolls constantly, you're going to condition your opponent to sit there and block for a few frames. So then you can start mixing in wake up buttons with that. So wake up buttons isn't entirely like a scrub thing to do. You just got to incorporate it strategically. Like nothing in fighting games is like scrubby. If you're getting hit with something, you got to figure out why you're getting hit and learn how to deal with it. So I try to do the same thing. I do 1-1-2, and then I do flawless block, but my up 3 didn't come out for some weird reason. And I got a little upset about that, but I just, you know, shook it off and moved on. So good Scorpion players will do this, and I don't see a lot of Combat League Combat League Scorpions do it. They'll whiff a stand 2 just to make you think that they're gonna throw a spear, or just trying to bait you into something. And this is actually kind of the equivalent to Ryu whiffing a stand jab in Street Fighter, trying to get you to jump so he can DP you, and then that way he can just, you know, feint a fireball, and then you think, you know, he's gonna just be prepared for the DP, but then the next thing you know, he throws a fireball. So it's all about mixing up your options in neutral. I'm pretty sure later on you'll see me just withstand 2 and not even throw a spear. Meeting in MK is definitely something you need to get used to. Usually you want a meaty with like a quick string with recovery, like a 1-1 or 2-1. So here I hit him with the spear and then side switch. I go to meaty. And notice that he's getting hit on wake up, and I take advantage of this and throughout the entire match, because he likes to just wake up jump or wake up buttons. He doesn't ever try to utilize up 3 or roll. Here again, he keeps trying to flawless block, so I just delay my throw and I catch him and I put him in the corner. And, you know, again, just like I mentioned, he likes to wake up whatever except roll or up 3. So I make him pay for it with a crushing blow forward 3-4, and then I combo it, and with a 2-1-2. Now he's got dot damage. So here I'm just kind of like trying to back up. Something a lot of players don't do is when they have the life lead, like notice my life lead right now. I should not be going in whatsoever, because if I go in, guess what? He's gonna throw me or do something to put me in the corner, and then now I'm screwed. So if you have the life lead, don't be afraid to give up the corner. People think, oh, I have to have my opponent in the corner at all times. No, you don't. Especially if you have the life lead. So you just see me jumping because I'm predicting him doing a back forward too, but he ends up not doing it because he learned from the first time of getting hit by a jump kick. So I don't know why he got hit with the spear. Oh, I caught him backdashing. I feel like I could have got a crushing blow, but I didn't because I was being greedy. So I end up spending my last bar, and I just end in a stand 4 to put him in a restand position, because another stand 4 into spear wouldn't kill him, and that'd give him wake up options. So I check him with a down 1 after in case he's trying to mash. And then I poke him with a down 3 after, because the space down 1 I feel like is spaced out enough to where if he tried poking, and he did, he would get counter poked, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm just kind of playing it safe, you know, trying to let him make mistakes. I'm not doing anything major. I'm just doing small pokes here and there, down 1, down 3, because this player likes to just do a lot of stuff other than, you know, block or be defensive. So I'm just trying to play it safe, especially when I have the life lead. There I got lucky. I know I said in the beginning to not do anything at the start of a round, but here I just happened to get away with forward 3 into helport cancel, and that I was actually glad I did, because I got some space. Here I'm jumping at him, trying to test his anti-airs. I know he has not anti-aired me, I don't think, once. I could be wrong, but he didn't anti-air me much this whole set. So here he hits me with some, he hits me with some forward 3 stagger pressure, throws me. I try to get some pressure going, but, you know, that fails. Not really much going on right now. So I delay wake up. This is why mixing up your options is good. Good thing he didn't go for a poke, because my 1-1 jailed, and that gave me, you know, a little bit of pressure. Not much. So I try to get some, you know, jump pressure on his wake up, but he read that and aired me. So good on his part, or their part. There I read his forward 3-3 stagger pressure. I didn't really read it. I kind of reacted more to it. Just threw him because I knew he wasn't going to extend with the 1+2, because I established the mind game of, okay, I know you're going to flawless block after that every time and throw you. Just delay my throw. So he stopped going for that completely. Again, it's good to mix up your options. Last time I delayed wake up, so this time he was kind of maybe anticipating an up 3 or a roll, so I woke up buttons. And I just got a little too carried away from pressing too many buttons, and his arms were heated up, and I paid for it. So now we're just gonna make the adjustments. So fast forwarding to the next match. So I don't know why I didn't just block or be patient there at the start of the round, because last round he jumped. You know, first round he jumped and I made him pay for it, but this time I didn't. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but definitely something to pay attention to is, what does your opponent do at the start of each match? So here I go for some, I counter poke him because he goes into grenade launcher. Not gonna lie, I did kind of mash a little bit, but yeah, then I put him in plus frames with down 3, and I stagger him with just a single jab. Again, that's another thing I don't see a lot of people do, is staggering with their jabs. Just one jab after a poke or something, because most standing 1 or 2s can be plus, and that's enough to backdash and bait a down 3, down 4, down 1, or whatever from your opponent, and then you can just whiff punish them. And that's exactly what I did here. I made him pay for whiffing. I try to jail him with a high on wake up. 1-1. If he were to roll, I would recover in time from 1-1 to where I can just poke him with down 1 and then keep my pressure going. So Scorpion, one thing with Scorpion is his forward 3 is a great pressure tool or a meaty after spear. If they roll, you recover in time to, again, down 1. And then once you establish that, if they keep rolling, you can just jail with 1-1 or 2-1, or even, you know, back up, maybe hope they whiff something, and then you can go for a whiff punish. There's a whole bunch of mind games on wake up in this game. So, okay, that was good on his part. He read I was going to throw immediately, and he ducked. But he messed up his punish and only went for stand 2. I think he was trying to flawless block and go for an up 2. That was just bad pressure on my part. And here, you always want to duck Jax's amped down back 4, I think. The double hitting, you know, it's a launcher. But if he amps it, the amped part is a high. So right here, you can duck, and then he'll be right next to you, and you can just punish him with the down 2, crushing blow, or whatever punish you want to go for. So I jump over, try to get some, you know, I side switch him. Now he's in the corner. Now I'm in the corner. Now he would have had this. This is a Jax setup, if you don't know, but you got to space yourself out. Depending on what your opponent does, if they roll forward and you space yourself out enough, they'll roll right in front of you and you'll hit them with the back 2 crushing blow. If they do wake up 3 or up 2, you'll hit them with the back 2 crushing blow. I don't know about wake up jump, but I think he moved forward just a little too slightly, and I was able to roll out and punish him. So again, he has full meter, so, and he's already in the corner, so I just end with stand 4 to get my plus frames and keep him standing. So it looks like down 1-2 is -6, so right there is the perfect time to go for like something slow, like in this case a back 3, and I happen to hit him with it. He jumps out. Please, I hope an MK1. There's more standing frames on wake up. I hate that you're able to just wake up and immediately jump. Please have at least like 2 standing frames, 2 or 3 standing frames on wake up before someone can even like do a poke or wake up, because that's how it is in Street Fighter or KOF or just really any fighting game. So I pressure him with 1-1 and then check him with down 3, and of course he tries poking back. And then I do my single jab string, jab poke into backdash, and then I, instead of committing to the back 1 string, I just poke him with it, and I see he got hit with it. So typically if someone gets hit, they're usually not going to want to do something. So you can use that to your advantage and, you know, walk up to them, delay your pressure like a string or something, or even a throw. But with throws in this game, you know, you got to be careful because down 2 crushing blows. So it's best to just like delay your meaty or something, or your pressure. So I kind of figured he was going to do back forward too, because he's in the corner, and we were just at that range to where he likes doing back forward too. So I end up jumping. Of course, I think I mess up my spear input, but that's okay. And just because like I'm on the side and kind of close to the corner, this is another tip. Use the space behind you to walk back. Just try not to put yourself in the corner. But right now isn't a good example because I'm in the corner. Right here, I have to end my combo to put him in the corner. I know he has wake up options. So I pressure with 2-1, and of course I get a counter hit. I'm not trying to confirm anything right here. I'm just trying to put pressure on him, because if I do 2-1, Scorpion's 2-1 on block is +2, but he gets hit here. So, and on hit with Scorpion, I think it just popped up. It was like +18 or something, which is a crazy amount of hits done. Again, every time he keeps doing that string, he's gonna flawless block. So I'm just gonna keep delaying my pressure. I try to jump in on him. He down twos me. That was a good anti-air. And so what I noticed with his pressure throughout this set and even the last match is he doesn't really kind of just like be a little patient on wake up. He doesn't really back up either to see what his opponent does. He likes to just kind of meaty and go for pressure every time. So I take advantage of that and roll. And I read a throw, but unfortunately I just missed my punish. So just little mistakes like that you can't get upset over. I mean, it is a big deal. You missed your punish, but at the end of the day, you know, I still have the life lead, just barely. He's in the corner, but I mess up. Now I'm in the corner. So right there, I was expecting him to finish the string, which is kind of just why I blocked. So, and then there, you know, just setting up a whiff punish. I poke him, and then I do my jab and a backdash, back one after I see him poke. Then I confirm into my spear. Again, I read his throw, and this time I actually make him pay for it. And that solidifies the match for me. So one thing I noticed with this player is they like to just try and do flawless block off forward 2, 1+2, and forward 3, 3, 1+2. They pressure on wake up too much, so with that I take advantage and roll. They jump a lot. They don't jump too much, but when they do, I make them pay for it. And then now you notice this is a new character. So after that match, I made them switch to Liu Kang for whatever reason. I don't know why, but Jax deals with Scorpion just as well as Liu Kang does. But he starts out with a low fireball, which is a pretty solid, you know, choice, because I'm not gonna, you know, jump at the start of the round. That's a risky option. Even though if I did happen to jump at the start of that round, I would have caught his fireball and probably got a jump in punish. But so I try to jump in. I see him swinging. I jump in, but he blocks. And then again, this is just standard Scorpion pressure. Once you hit someone with a poke, you can jail with a single stand jab. +2 is preferred, or stand 2 is preferred because you're +2. And then you can go for a backdash, but still, even +1, I'm sorry. Even then, stand 1 is a good option because you're only -1 or -2. So that still enables you to backdash and bait a whiff, just like I did here. So I catch him with my back 1-4, confirm into teleport, forward 3. And then another thing is when I was comboing him while he was playing Jax, he was only breaking when he was low on health. So I picked up on that, and then I start committing to my combos. There, I just tried pressuring him with 2-1, but he ends up jumping over me. I missed my trip guard. I didn't miss my trip guard. I hit him with a down 1, so that gave me plus frames. But if someone happens to jump in front of you and they land with a button, there's actually landing recovery frames, so you can whiff punish them during that. But so I only with punished him with a down 1, but that's okay. That gave me plus frames into more plus frames from 2-1. And then I do down 3 because I think he's going to retaliate, and then he does. So I get more plus frames from down 1, or down 3 into 2-1, since 2-1 is plus 2. So then I try to bait him with another whiff with back 1. He doesn't bite, so then I kind of just anticipate he's going to do a low, because that's another thing he liked to do. So I did a back 3. That caught his low. Also, I noticed he doesn't really flawless block jump ins, so that's another thing I was taking advantage of. So that's alright. You can take throws unless you're about even health or you're getting low on health. But in this situation, that's okay, because I would rather take a throw that turns me to the other side of the stage rather than getting counter hit with forward 4-3 up 3 crushing blow into flying kick amp, because that's like almost 40% right there. So I'll take a throw any day right there. Then I back roll here just to create some space. I see he dashes in, so then I predict he's gonna try to like come in swinging, so that's why you see me kind of backdash and then forward dash with a 4-3, but no cigar, so that's okay. Again, the whiffing stand 2 into spear, something good to do, but don't do it all the time. Telling to the other side just to, you know, prevent myself from getting in the corner. I know I have a little bit of space behind me, but I just don't want that chance to, you know, get put in the corner. Because even as Scorpion with a teleport, you can still get punished if your opponent reads you. So here was a completely hard read. He didn't really establish forward 4-3 into low fireball amp. So I kind of just, you know, predicted he was going to do up 3, and it paid off. Again, keeping him stood up so he doesn't get wake up options. And then I get my 13% from my throw. I see him whiff and then do back 1, but I don't know why I didn't confirm. Yeah, that's alright. And then he jumps over, and I think he's going to do a jump kick, so I try flawless blocking. But that didn't work out clearly. He didn't confirm into his combo, but he uses plus frames to throw me, and I guessed right on the throw. But yeah, then he dashed up and caught me with a button. I was trying to down 1 him, so he hits me with a forward 4-3 and a bicycle kick, and then pretty much sends me to the other side of the stage. But this is where he messes up. He tries to jump over me and do, you know, jump in pressure. But then at that, you know, with that comes the risk of putting yourself in the corner, which he ends up doing. You notice he's being super defensive because of how much health he has. So I'm just trying to keep the pressure up. He ends up, you know, throwing me, putting me in the corner. But again, I mix up my options and, you know, hit him with a up 3. So you're going to notice how greedy this player gets when he gets a counter hit with his forward 4-3, and he gets an escape failed, I'm pretty sure. So, sorry, I rambled. Going back to the start of the round, I just because, you know, of the distance fire, I wasn't expecting him to just do random flying kick because of the way he's playing. He's pretty, you know, defensive, but he'll be aggressive when he has to be. So I jump at him to bait, you know, like a button, or, you know, just like he did his fireball, and it worked out in the end. And then with that, I just kind of reacted with my teleport. So I have the round up on him. I have Burning Spear activated, and I'm just trying to get the healthy life lead right here. And now he's in the corner too, so that's a bonus. I tried a neutral jump, pressure him, but I just mistimed it, so he catches me with wake up 1-2. So that's my fault. Should have jumped a little earlier. So then he converts with bicycle kick. So 1-2, if you don't know, was actually plus before MK11 Ultimate, I think. It was like +1 or +2. Now it's -1. So I reacted and made sure to use my fastest button, which was 1-1. I think down 1 might be faster, but I wanted to get standing pressure. So right there, I get hit by the jump-in kick because I'm being a dum-dum and trying to flawless block, which you shouldn't try to flawless block every jump-in kick, which is something I need to work on. I need to get that out of my system. Just block. It's way better than risking trying to flawless block. So I interrupt him. I predict his 1-2 stagger pressure. Here I don't catch him with the spear like I was earlier. So good on him. He's just trying to, you know, play patient, but what he's doing here is kind of not good for him. He's backing up and putting himself in the corner, especially with the life lead. He could be trying to bait me so he could flip the card and put me in the corner. But I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. Yeah, he's just able to hit me with some fireballs and the interactable. And then just with how patient he is, I just teleport and switch sides. And then just to like try and get something out of him. And he doesn't bite, but then I do forward 3-4 and he hesitates a little too long and gets counter hit. So I extend into my crushing blow. I don't know why I ended in down 2. I could have ended in 1-1-2. I thought maybe he had full bar, but then I looked down and noticed he only had a bar and a half. So, but that's all right. That's still damage, and that's actually pretty good damage, 30%. Here, good read on his part. He reads a throw, but this is what I'm talking about with him being greedy. He read my throw, but he did 1-2-3 into bicycle kick instead of 1-2-3 into fatal blow, which probably would have killed me, and I'm pretty sure I make him pay for it. Or it could go down to the final round. Yeah, okay, so I try to throw him again on wake up, and he just jumps. I should have known better than to throw on wake up, on his wake up, because he likes to wake up jump a lot. So I do the standing 2 to bait him, and especially at that range. That's a really good range to try and do it at. And I catch him. I don't know what he was trying to do. Just get corner pressure or screen control. But yeah, I ended up catching him with it. And I swap sides. I, you know, again, end in something to keep him standing, because in MK you can't really afford to knock people down on the ground because just how many wake up options people have. So there I try going into my flawless block because I read that he was going to do a poke back after, and he did, but I messed up. So there I cut it short this time, and instead I backdash and try to catch him with a back 1, but no cigar. He was able to block in time. And then, again, he's getting greedy. He hit me with a counter hit and doesn't go into up 3. Which is free damage. Especially when I don't have breaker. You can do flying kick into amp, and that's an easy 35%, 40%. So he tries to delay his pressure walking up to me. I don't know why. After I do an empty jump. So I just check him with the down 3. And then I read his poke. or his, I read his throw, and then make him pay for it, keep him standing, and then this was just a beautiful read. He never went for a down 2 at all throughout the match. So the fact that I read this, I just walked up and ducked, was beautiful. But yeah, that's the painful part. I missed my back 3. But usually that back 3 is guaranteed if they break. It's just really strict timing, and I messed up, but that's okay. Again, another sick play that would have worked, but he was just slightly out of reach. So you notice I keep staggering with just poke into standing 1, and I'm confirming my down 1 poke, by the way. I'm not just doing down 1 into standing 1. If my down 1 gets blocked, I'm blocking. So here I totally forgot I even had a crushing blow loaded with my throw, but you know, I always, just in case, I hold my throw button down, just in case there's that chance that I do have one loaded, and lo and behold, we did. So he didn't have any meter to do anything on wake up here, so forward 3-4 it is, and I catch him trying to do forward 4 on wake up, which I don't know why forward 4 is like 11 or 12 frames. Something you don't want to be waking up with, for sure. But yeah, that's really just like learning to pay attention to your opponent and like see what they're doing. Like, ask yourself questions. What do they do at certain distances? Like that when he was playing jacks, he liked doing back forward 2 when we were like pretty much almost full screen. So I, you know, took that into account and then started neutral jumping. So I found the problem and I found a solution, and then I took care of it when he did it. So that's just something you gotta do as a fighting game player, is figure out how to counter your opponent and just what they're doing. And then again, he was doing forward 3-3 1+2, and then forward 2 1+2, and then just trying to use the minus frames for a flawless block trap. But the first time he did that, I caught on. So after that, I just started delaying my pressure, my pokes, my throws, and he was paying for it. So that's just one way to deal with, you know, the things that this player did, like flawless blocking after minus frames and just doing willy-nilly stuff in neutral. But if this video was helpful or insightful at, you know, in any way, shape, or form, definitely leave a like. I'm trying to make more content like this. I don't know what sleep's gonna be in the next 2 days because of Street Fighter 6 releasing. So be prepared for like a bunch of content from me regarding Street Fighter 6. The first guide I'm making is a Ryu guide, so be ready. This is Darkson signing out. Have a good one.